Hey, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. This is just going to be a quick update regarding the last video that I posted. So I put out my first VeChain video last week explaining the platform. I went through a ton of apps in the ecosystem and I did a walkthrough on how to create a VeChain wallet. And the video's been doing good, especially considering that it's my first one. But I put that video out last week, and then only a few days go by, so it hasn't even been a full week since I posted it. And I opened the VeChain wallet platform, and there's a ton of changes, like it's completely updated and revamped. There's icons in the wallet that have changed. All the apps have been put into categories that weren't there before, and they've even added 3 or 4 new apps that just came out this week. And I'm thinking like, dang, it would have been nice just to have waited a week to do my first video so I could have included all those updates instead of having to go back and update it. But hindsight is 2020, I guess, right? So one thing I should have put in my first video is that most of the apps that I'm sharing about are still in the beta testing phase or the testnet stage, which means that they're constantly being developed and updated. So the developers of the apps are regularly making changes and working on them. There's even been times when certain apps have been completely down, but then they start working again after a few days. So if there's an app that you wanted to try out and it's not working, or if your favorite app is down, don't worry because it should be back online shortly. All of the core information from my first VeChain video is still accurate. The wallet setup walkthrough is still 100% operational, nothing has changed with that. There's just a few specific changes that were made, and I'll go through them with you right now. So on the vWorld wallet home screen, the Explore icon that I described as a compass symbol in my first video has been changed to an Apps button. So now it says Apps where it used to say Explore. And instead of the icon looking like a little compass symbol, it now looks like a little foursquare symbol, which I guess is supposed to represent the apps. So the icon and its name have changed, but it's still the same button, still in the same spot, and it holds the same function. It just takes you to the catalog of applications. The second change that they've made is that now when you click on the apps icon, instead of it taking you to just a long list of the apps, they now have them organized into categories. These new categories are food and drink, recycling, lifestyle, energy consumption, shopping, transportation, pets, learning, Web3, and others. But I'm sure some of them will probably change in future updates as well. So the third thing that's changed in these recent updates is that they added 3 or 4 brand new apps, which is something that they do. They add new apps all the time, but this week specifically, they added 3 or 4 new apps all at the same time, when in the past, they've typically only introduced maybe 1 or 2. So I'm going to run through these apps with you real quick. One of the new apps, which is probably my new favorite one, is called Plant to Earn. This one literally pays you for watering your plants or your garden. You just snap a photo of your plant while you're watering it, and they pay you in better tokens for doing this. The next app that was just recently added is called Snapbox. This one pays you for eating a portable meal from a reusable container, such as Tupperware or any reusable portable container. It just can't be disposable like cardboard or styrofoam or disposable plastic. So if you pack a lunch for work or for school, or if you're packing a meal for an outdoor adventure, they'll pay you for using a reusable container as opposed to a disposable one. The third app that they just added this week is called Replate. Now, this app hasn't actually technically launched yet, but it's up there so you can go check out the interface and prepare to use it when it goes live. This app pays you for eating a plastic-free meal. So what does that mean? It just means that you don't use plastic utensils. So if you're going out to a restaurant or a food truck where you know they'll be giving you plastic utensils, you just bring your own metal reusable silverware, and the app will pay you for doing this. You just snap a photo of your meal with the reusable utensils, and they pay you in Better Token. I did mention Better Transit in my last video. I was able to squeeze it in at the end, but what I didn't mention was that not only do they pay you for using alternative forms of transportation like the train or the bus, but they also just pay you for walking. And here's the kicker. If you're disabled and in a mobility scooter, this Better Transit app will pay you for logging the trips that you make on your mobility scooter. I thought it was cool for them to include the mobility scooter in as an accepted form of eco-friendly transportation. Okay, well that's all the updates I've got. Go and check out my original VeChain video if you want a better idea of what I went over in this one. I hope you learned a little, and I hope you'll go check out the VeChain ecosystem. Once again, this has been Hawkeye Procurement, signing out. Peace.